Okay folks, the floods are now gone. This is the second sunny day we've had in a row. So yeah, today is Friday and today is Thursday and yesterday was Wednesday, and it was really nice to see the sunshine again after all that rain that a lot of people have been have had a lot of problems with housing. Their houses have been flooded and a lot of them are not insured enough. They're uninsured or they don't have flood cover. And I really feel sorry for those people who've had absolute damage done to their homes and their property. And I really don't understand how these people can survive. How can they not be going mad? I'm so glad I'm not one of them, folks. I really am. I live in an area where flooding is not an actual problem, from what I know. I've walked down the street in the rain and yes, there are huge puddles in places, including out on my doorstep, but not fucking floods. We're very fortunate. I'm really grateful that I don't have to deal with that shit. Anyway, let's see what we've got. We have here a purse with pink mesh. So nice pink, nice, very light. You can just see it against the rest of the chrome. That looks really nice. We're going to make something out of it. But yeah, I'm so grateful, folks. I really am, that I don't live in any of those areas that would have copped had a lot of absolute trouble. When you see how other people go through problems, it sort of helps to make your problems, or my problems at least, seem insignificant. You know, some places the water's gone up to the second floor of their house. And it's like, yeah, they just can't live in it. How can they live in that shit? Anyway, that looks interesting. I do wish there was more reflection. But basically, I'm just grateful that I don't have to deal with this flooding issue. I really am grateful. I'm grateful for so many things, even though I'm angry that I can't get my videos to go to air on television. I'm just glad I'm not in the news when it comes to floods or any other natural man-made disaster. Because if my place floods, I lose everything. And I don't even have any kind of home and contents insurance. It's not a problem with my unit, because my unit is a social housing unit, but I don't have for my contents. I can't insure my contents. I haven't got any contents insurance. So if this place hypothetically were to go underwater, this photocopier would be useless and I'd have nothing to help rebuild my life from the stupid mistakes that I made when I was young. So I have to fucking have a photocopier. I'm going to turn this around that way. Hopefully that'll look a lot better. I'm going to try and make this a bit nicer. But I really am just grateful, just grateful in some, yeah. Yeah, that looks shit house. That looks nice, that bit there. Wondering how we're going to make this look any good. I'm going to use the first one, I do think. But I do really miss a loved one. I really miss him dearly, and I'm trying to get my work to go to air on television. I really wish that the flood news would step aside, even though indeed there's a lot of people who rely on television to keep them up to date with shit like that. But I wish they wouldn't keep airing things later, like murders and house fires and shit like that normally makes the news. Now that looks a lot better. It's a lot more interesting. But I really miss my partner Luigi, and I really need some help from the news channels to air my photocopier related materials. It's really difficult. I'd like to be a person who could give money to less fortunate people. I wish I had enough money to help these flood ravaged communities that we have. Some of these places that got flood ravaged are indeed in places where I've passed through on many road and rail trips. And unfortunately, these places are no longer able to be travelled through. So even if I wanted to, now that looks nice. So even if I wanted to go to Brisbane and catch a train to go to Brizzy, I'd find I can't do that because these places are all underwater and things have been damaged. So places have been damaged. Now I do think this looks really nice. I think we could probably take a section out of it. But I really miss Luigi and I really struggle to find him. All due respect, I know the news has to report on disasters, even though I think they do get a little bit carried away with it. I wish they could just show more stuff that's uplifting, but it really is difficult trying to get to air. And now we've always got big ticket news items coming at us, and then we've got the little ones that I've mentioned, some of them. I just really struggle to see if my stuff will ever make it to go to air. Now that looks interesting. Wondering if we can maybe enlarge it a bit across. But it's really difficult just trying to get my stuff to go up. It really is. I don't know if this is the one we want, but I like that bit there. I don't know how we're going to make this work. But I really miss Luigi, and it really is difficult trying to get in touch, and I need the news channels to put my stuff up. You know, because they still do little items during the big ticket item phases. Now that doesn't look too good. That looks shit house. I think we need a bit more, but I'm really missing my partner. I'm actually thinking we're going to make another piece. We're going to go again. We're going to use this as our second master copy. We're not finished with this pattern from what I can tell. But I really miss my partner Luigi, and it really feels sad to be away from him. Not having any means of contacting my partner. It's really difficult. I'm trying to make my demo work appealing, trying to make it look really good for the the TV. Now that looks like a goer. But I'm really missing Luigi, and it's really difficult trying to get in touch with someone like him who I've lost contact with, and it really hurts to be away from him. I really long to be in touch with him, even though I'm just going to pull that down. I do hope I've got it in the right place. It's not easy doing this. I really miss my partner, but you know, I know I'll find him again. I know there'll be opportunities. I know the TV channels will find a place for my stuff, however difficult and impossible it might seem. Actually, I'm just wondering if maybe that could be, because I can see a pattern there. That looks really nice. I don't like these vertical bits, but I do see something that I like about this that might indeed make it look really, really nice. But then I can see another pattern. I guess I can do a switcheroo if I'm in doubt. So I'm going to just press that off. But I'm really missing my partner, and it really hurts to be away. I know I did stupid things in my youth. I just squandered the opportunity that I had to be with this person. His name's Luigi, but I think most people make big mistakes. You could say that not insuring, well, again, it's all about money. People can't afford. Sometimes they can't afford a flood they can't flood cover. That's the word, cover. They can't afford flood cover. But you could say that's foolhardy, not setting aside some money for it. But a lot of people are not rich, including myself. I don't have insurance. I can't afford insurance, folks. So there you go. They're not the only one. I'm very fortunate I don't live in a flood-prone area, and that bushfires, even they don't typically come close to this area, but they can, of course. There is some bushland in that direction that could potentially flare up, even if it's considered a freakish kind of thing. I just have to hope that never happens. But a lot of people, you know, they live in flood-prone areas and they don't get insured, and yeah, it's really sad. Then the worst comes and they can't even afford to rebuild. Now that looks really nice. That looks better than I thought. I was thinking a switcheroo, but I'm thinking maybe not. I think now we can call this demo quits.